Alright, so it is time for a new video, and if you've been following recently, you'll know that this system has been completely revamped over here, and I temporarily have my Wintel SW9000 out of the lounge room in here. And if you paid close attention, I mentioned that it has a car subwoofer in it. It is a Clarion subwoofer, and in today's video we're going to be taking a close look at that and throwing some abuse through it, pushing it to its limits and getting some excursion filmed for you on camera of this subwoofer, which I will reiterate is temporarily in this room until I figure out some sort of subwoofer solution, and as well the tower speakers are also temporary until I get speaker stands for the Dayton speakers that match the rears for the front. At the moment, with the things that are going on in the world, that is not a high priority, neither is the subwoofer. So anyway, with that being said, also if you're in the Melbourne area and you're after a Canon 80D, I am going to be selling my original one soon to get a 90D to step up the video quality to all of my videos to 4K. So again, if you're in the Melbourne region, 80D, probably sell it with the kit lens and a 50mm 1.8, looking for about $1,000 without batteries. Anyway, that being said, let's play some music through that subwoofer. Actually, let's go have a closer look at it first. Okay, and what you are looking at right now is the absolutely hideous state that I left this subwoofer in. So let's explain a little bit more about what's happened here. This did have the original Wintel subwoofer. However, as you'll see on the screen right now, if I can find it, in a long time ago, I managed to blow out the factory Wintel subwoofer and tear the surround off the cone. What I did then was follow it up with, again, I should have a video of this, hopefully, maybe, a Kenwood car subwoofer, which is, if I remember correctly, the one that I purchased for $2 from my local tip. And that didn't fit the hole for the cutout for the subwoofer, so it was on top of it, which is why it's got all this double-sided tape around here, which was used to seal the enclosure. And then when that blew out, we decided that we were going to put a subwoofer in here, so we put a Clarion one in here, but then that wasn't big enough, and that had air leaks, so we put silicone around the entire thing. Anyway, regardless, don't do this. This sub's not designed for this box. This subwoofer is also not really designed to be in a house, it's designed to be in the back of a car, and it's also a very cheap driver. However, it does output some fair bass, so that's what we're going to have a look at in today's video, is blasting some music through it. So let's get to it. Alright, so I've now turned the gain up on the subwoofer. We're playing Thrill by JOYRYDE to start this off. Let's push this thing to its limits and see what it's capable of. So it makes a bit of noise and it definitely doesn't move very far. We're going to take a little bit of a closer look. Let's feel. It's not warm. I feel like that is very close to its limits. I've got the gain turned all the way up, like I said. We'll get closer. We'll have a closer look at it. I've said that twice, and we'll have a look at some, I'm going to say it for the third time, excursion up close. Alright, and now we're going to play Milk by JOYRYDE. Again, I'm going to have the gain turned up a bit on the microphone so it distorts it so there's no copyright claims, but I will give credit where credit is due for the music. That is absolutely the most excursion I can get out of the subwoofer, because I can smell it now and I can't really get it any louder. I keep turning my amplifier up further, but the subwoofer doesn't appear to be going any louder, so I imagine it's hitting the amplifier's limit. I can only seem to get about probably 12mm, half an inch of excursion out of the driver before it maxes out. It's starting to get a little bit warm. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be an aluminium cone. Whether or not it actually is aluminium, not too sure. It's probably just a vinyl over plastic. But let's push some other songs and keep pushing it, because that is exactly what this channel's about. Now we're gonna go with On Fire by JOYRYDE. This is all from his new album, but this song has a massive bass line. Again, like I said, that's pretty much all I can get out of it. It's actually kind of disappointing, which is pretty well why I didn't film it in the last video. It's nothing special by any means. So I will say now, I highly recommend JOYRYDE's music if you want to test out your subwoofers. All of his songs have massive amounts of bass. Again, I have no relation at all. I've been listening to a lot of his music lately, as I have done in the past, because he's just dropped a new album, and all of the songs have really, really complex bass lines and lots of bass. There's quick, fast bass, and the frequency is regularly changing. It is amazing if you have good subwoofers, his music. So again, we're going to go now with I'm Gone by JOYRYDE, again from the new album, and this song has, again, one of those bass lines that's stupidly heavy, and it also changes up the frequency very, very frequently. And because that subwoofer is so boring, I'm going to push the absolute limits on the tower speakers as well. This is going to be super loud. I'm not going to do it for long. And there we go, that's going to call it quits for the end of this video. Just showing you basically just what the stereo is capable of, which is quite frankly not a great deal. It's not super over the top just yet. Keyword being just yet, well, words. Yeah, we'll have subwoofers coming soon, I promise. And obviously the bookshelf speakers will be going on stands. The Daytons that were custom made, I know a couple of people asked me why I stopped using those. Again, purely I didn't want to have them on the floor. I wanted to get the system more so complete. Speaker stands will be coming for those, and those will be going onto those and being put back into use. But temporarily I'm using the AcuSound speakers because I, again, didn't want the Daytons on the floor. And yeah, at the moment though, it's not really high on the priority list, so I'm trying to work on it, trying to get it done ASAP. But yeah, there you go. That shows you the Wintle subwoofer with the Canton actual subwoofer driver in there. Pretty unimpressive excursion wise, pretty not very good in terms of volume, not very good in terms of excursion, not very good in terms of sound quality. Plays relatively low but not super low. The tower speakers sound very flat, need a lot more treble boost, and there's just a lot of stuff that's it's not ideal, but I am sort of just putting up with it. Obviously that'll be fixed when I go back to the Daytons and the subwoofers get custom built for the room. All of that'll be fixed, but for now this is the setup. That's what it's like. That's pushing the absolute limits on it, and I can smell the coil. Actually, I can smell the coil from the subwoofer, but the subwoofer box also has a distinctive smell, and so do the tower speakers. Just the cabinet, I guess it's the foam inside the cabinet mixed with the wood inside the cabinet. They've both got distinctive smells. Anyway though, if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you're following me on Instagram. If you haven't subscribed to my second channel, go subscribe to my second channel. If you're in the market for a Canon 80D and you're in the Melbourne area, let me know, because I will be selling a Canon 80D with no batteries, but the 18 to 55mm 3.5 lens with as well the 50mm 1.8 lens for $1,000. Someone buy it. I want to buy a Canon 90D 4K videos for you guys to up the quality. Anyway, catch you guys in the next one. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you then.